This is a sped up version of a lesson I just posted to my subscribers on drawing a walk through the woods, but doing it in a slightly different way than maybe what you're used to, because we're going to use a colored ink. This is a dark red ink from DeAtramentis, and it's a document ink, which means that it's very, very waterproof. And I'm also using a Pilot parallel pen. These pens are so much fun because they have a really wide, thick side and a really thin side. So you really only have to carry one pen because you get very fine lines, but also very thick lines in one. And I thought it was great for something like this where, like I've got these steps leading up along the trail, and those have a really obvious dark, shadowy side to them. And I want to be able to do that with a thick, bold line. But I also want a really fine line for like the texture in the trees and also just the ferns and some of the plants growing along the trail. So it's really cool for that. So anyway, and the reason that I'm using this dark red ink is that I think it's really interesting to use kind of the opposite color on the color wheel. So, there's a lot of greens and blues when you're out in nature. So if you pick a color of ink like orange or red, or even sort of like a warm, earthy kind of brown, it can be quite lovely and just bring a little something different to your drawing. So what I do every week with my subscribers is that I send out a series of lessons where we start with a pencil drawing, and then we go to ink like this, and then the next step after this is going to be an ink wash where we use a little water and a brush to put some ink on for some shading. And then finally, watercolor. And these are all driven by requests. So people ask me what they want to learn next, and that's pretty much what we do. And it comes to your inbox every Friday. So if you're interested in like seeing the whole thing from beginning to end, then check the links below. You can always check it out, preview it, see if you want to subscribe.